Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of the podcast. If you're tuning in again, I appreciate it. Appreciate the one patron that we got, a boy called Ryan. Thanks for donating, mate. Appreciate it. We've got a guest on today's podcast. We've got 3 guests. One of them who, in particular, does some shit.
The other 2 definitely do some shit.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just crack on. Before we crack on, actually, we've got a Spotify playlist now as well. So if you want to listen to some tunes, the link will be just here. So yeah, welcome our guests.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
We got Tom, Sean, and your boy Celery. And we got Charlie co-hosting.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's like this every week, like a co-host and then like a guest or whatever. So yeah. So Tom is a YouTuber and he paints trainers. He can probably tell you more about what he does. So if you'd like to just like.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a bit different. I started when I was like 16. I was working in JD, and basically I saw someone painting on Instagram, and I was trying to work out like how to do it if it was possible, because originally I just thought it was like photoshopped and stuff like that, and then after I googled it I found out what the paints were and everything, so sort of ordered some. I think I spent £20 at first and I got some paints, a couple of brushes and like a shoe tree that like goes inside, and basically it started, I tell this story all the time, but it started because I wanted black Harachis, when they was out. No, it's hard to get, they were sold out, and I wanted black Harachis and I had grey ones, and so all I did was buy black paint and paint mine black. And but then I didn't really understand the paint, so it was like glossy, and all the original like Harachis that are black there and matte. So then I started thinking like what to do next, so I got white paint and a toothbrush and flicked it. You laugh, I said toothbrush.
You're the only one.
Alright, and then flicked white paint in the sole basically to like put speckles on it, and then people just started saying like, where'd you get them from and stuff, and I started saying that I made them.
Yeah.
And then I decided to make an Instagram for it and post pictures and stuff. And a footballer who played for Cheltenham, I think, messaged me because he wanted some. Bear in mind, at this point, I didn't know how to do it at all, so I ruined the first like 5.
Say, how many pairs did you ruin earlier?
A lot. I ruined this footballer's. He's called Amari Sterling. I ruined Damari Gray's pair that I did, definitely. Like none of them said like they're ruined, but I know that I didn't do them right, because you have to prepare the shoe, and I just painted straight on like factory finish. So so I know they must have like cracked and stuff like that. But
I was gonna say like, kind of what's the process? Because I just imagine that you buy a shoe.
Yeah.
And you just fucking whack some paint on it.
Okay, basically, when you buy the shoe, like a leather one for example, it's got like a factory finish on, because they're all like sprayed in factories and stuff like that. So the factory finish is what. So for example, like if you're getting dirty, you can just wipe it off.
Protective, isn't it?
Yeah. So if that wasn't there, then it would just be like raw leather. So it would like stain and things like that.
Loads,
so there's a factory finish on it, which is like clear obviously, and you have to take that off completely for the paint to bond to the leather, if you know what I mean. So if you don't do that, basically the paint will just crack when you wear it, like in the creases and stuff. So you have to prepare the leather, then you can paint on it, and then you can finish it, so obviously it doesn't crack and rub off and things like that. So that's pretty much the process.
Okay.
But it's a bit longer. It takes ages to prepare it properly. Like a full shoe, it would take like hours. You have to tape off areas and things like that, and use the right like cotton pads and things like that. Otherwise, it just won't work. And obviously, it's the most important part, like preparing it. Because if you don't do it right, then paint won't bond, and then you just have to start all over again, or you'll get complaints and things like that. So
yeah.
But yeah.
How long did it take you to like? How many times of getting it wrong to get it right?
So this is what I say. It's like self-taught, because the only way I learned how to do it was
Fucking up.
to keep fucking them up. Yeah, so
Yeah.
unfortunately I fucked up like football issues and things like that. But you know, I had a chance to like redo them. But I'm trying to think. It would have taken like a year. Like I was preparing them before at the very start. Now I use like cotton pads to like wipe the factory finish, which I just explained. At the start I was using trainer socks because I thought it was just and yeah, there's actually like no tutorials or anything on like how to do it on the internet. So
Except on your channel now.
yeah,
Oh yeah, and
initial.
we'll go on to that. So you've just started. How old are you now?
I'm just turned
Oh,
21.
you just turned 21, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for what, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years, and then obviously YouTube started. I think like August or September.
Yeah. So you've been at
Yeah.
6 months on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how's that going? You're doing pretty well, man. You just started vlogging, ain't you?
Yeah, it was interesting because I was never too good at like. Well, I see it as kind of like public speaking in a way, because at the first video it was like the same kind of nerves with uploading it to like episode for everyone to see, like, and there was a little bit at the start of like thinking, I wonder what everyone's gonna think like when I do it and stuff.
'Cause it's a bit like, I don't know, in a way of, you know, like when you present in front of loads of people at uni, it's like that, but
And to be
someone
fair,
can
like
watch it over and over again,
Yeah,
can't they?
and that's something
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
struggled with as well. Like, like in like first year and stuff, presenting to everyone, you know, in the film theatre to
Yeah.
like I don't know how many people was there. It's something that I struggled with, to be fair. And so this is just sort of it, as well as obviously for extra content and like better content. It's also like pushing past the like anxiety kind of thing and the nervousness. To
That's
just
it.
keep,
To
just
be
to keep
fair,
putting
like,
it out there,
yeah.
because basically I thought like there's people you can like speak, because the way I see it is I'm not shy, but in like certain situations it's like a panic kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and there's people you can speak to, like my sister has like a counsellor and things like that. So I consider that, but then I just thought the best way to do it,
Just
to like
fucking do it.
overcome it, is just for doing it.
crack
So
on,
just now I put myself on camera all the time, and I'm getting used to it like more and more. Like Sean said the other day, I watched my first video back, and even though it was only like months ago, like the way I'm speaking is like so bad compared to now. Like you have to be like
Yeah.
enthusiastic, and I think it's just like being confident with it really. But
Yeah.
even walking the streets with like a camera in the air, like
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my face, like just getting used to people like looking like what the heck, you know what I mean?
It's weird, like YouTube's like, for me anyway, like I've been doing YouTube for fucking years.
Yeah.
Like I started when I was like 12, so I've had like my account for like
I've seen some early ones.
Oh, you haven't seen some of the other ones? They've been taken off.
I remember watching it first year, some of the early ones.
There's some bad ones. But like yeah, I've been doing that for like 10 years, and I think if it weren't for YouTube, like confidence wise,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to do something like this. Like
That's
this
what
is
I'm saying.
fairly hard, but like without YouTube, like, I would not even think about doing something like
it's
this, like
just
trying
a
to
way-
present
It's
something.
a way of getting out there, really.
It's good, man, and
speaking.
especially like doing certain like. So I went through like a point in college and like end of secondary school where I do like a lot of public stuff.
Mm.
When I used to like hang about with like TGF and that,
Yeah.
and that was good. That's a different story though. Like we won't go into that. Why I don't speak to them anymore. There's things that should not be talked about. But yeah, it's just a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just about, like I said, just another way of just
Gaining
confidence, really,
confidence,
yeah. So, like, I think now, you're talking to the camera, but in the back of my mind, like, it doesn't really matter how much subscribers you have, but you're sort of showing it to that many people, if you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
like,
And mate,
as well as the Instagram.
that is not coming off the internet.
Yeah,
As soon as
exactly.
you like delete that video, it's like it doesn't matter because someone's
Yeah.
Someone's already got it, yeah.
So
like
it's just getting
basically
past.
rinsed at school.
Yeah.
Like, because I've had
I'll
like
put
4
a-
channels.
I put a dance video on my Facebook when I was like 13. You can't find that anymore. I swear down, I set my camera in my garden, yeah, and I went full step up on it, and I uploaded it, but that's gone now.
The sort of stuff Sean does now.
I was gonna say, like, I've seen a few of your YouTube videos, Sean. There's one when you did like a clown video. Right?
You and your twin brother.
Yeah,
That
you and your
video.
twin.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to say to my parents. Like, yeah, I'll be good at uni doing all this stuff. So
Yeah. So is that to get into uni then?
yeah, that was just kind of to practice and get what I could.
Did
on
you
my
show
website.
uni that in your interview?
Yeah. I was like, this is some of the.
Should you link
this is
this
some of the
video in the
stuff that
description?
I'm starting to learn to do.
This video will be like playing on the bottom there.
Well, my interview was on Skype because I was still in Cambodia at the time.
I was just like, oh yeah. So, when did you move? So Sean's from Cambodia.
Sort
Were
of.
you?
Well, he lived
you
there
born
for
in
a while.
Well, I was born in Warwick, but I grew up in Cambodia for 14 years. So.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
want to talk about that kind of how like when you moved over there and what it was like.
Yeah, so
just like
I was born in Warwick, and then 3 weeks old, I was flown to Malawi. Because that's
Right.
where my dad and my brother and sister were.
You just started.
It's like, what, 3 weeks old, flown to Malawi.
in a cage.
You know, I was already travelling at a young age. So I don't really remember anything about that, except like the stories my parents told me of like, you know, elephants being near the house and stuff.
Man.
So that's pretty cool.
So when did you move back to England? Was it as soon as you finished ready for uni kind of thing? Or?
No, so I had gone to Hungary for a couple of years, and then I went to Loddington for 6 months in the UK. That was shit, because it was like the teachers weren't very good, and like there were bullies and stuff. This one guy like punched a guy in the face, and I was like, okay, well I'm not gonna stay around here, and just walked away.
And I was in Stoke.
Yeah. So then, when I was 5, I moved to Cambodia, and then it was just pretty much lit from there.
Fair enough. And then we've got celery. What are you called celery?
Well,
That's
basically,
a story.
This
Yeah.
isn't a very
Story
tasty
itself.
vegetable either.
it's got nothing to do with the vegetable. So it was just first time meeting you, Charlie, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like one of the first nights out, and we had to give each other nicknames, just what you do. And I dropped that I support Chelsea, and one of our chants obviously involves celery, and it just adapted from there. And now, yeah, half the people don't know my real name. They just call me Celery.
Yeah, if you want to know why the celery and Chelsea's related, then just Google celery chant Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
You'll find something.
So you three boys live together, right?
Yeah.
How long have you lived together for?
Well, Sean doesn't.
Too long.
Oh, sorry, don't you live with them then?
No, I live in a studio apartment.
Really?
Mm.
Shit.
But
Living the dream.
but actually, most time he sleeps in anyone's bed.
Yeah.
He's not
Spare
there.
bed he'll take. But
It's like Jacqueline.
His is my favourite. His room's the best.
I know about it.
He's selfies. He took a selfie in my room, and then while I wasn't there, then he took a selfie in Harry's room with his glasses on.
Yeah,
I've still got
talking
Andrew
about-
and Callum to go.
Oh, Christ. I was just mention like selfies and like Snapchat really. Kind of like,
Here we go.
can you just explain some of the stories that you put on Snapchat at like 3 a.m. fucking with a boombox?
He's a free
With a boombox
With
in
a
a dressing
boombox.
gown after a night out.
Because you like the colour burgundy, right?
Yeah, Ron Burgundy in the house. So realistically, I make my Snapchat so that regardless of how drunk I get, I can watch them later.
Yeah.
And then I'm just kind of like the kind of guy who's like, I don't give a fuck what people see, so I just put anything on there.
Fair play.
And then in the morning when I put something embarrassing, like I put me singing, and I'm like, oh, bye. After 32 people have already seen it.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes
alright,
he's
really.
gone to send me some, like, of him at A.O.V, for example, like he's in the smoking area, and he's talking to me, telling me about some girl that he's eyeing up, and then I've been like, Sean, you've put this on your story. I can't remember exactly what you said.
Yeah, the buttons are so close to each other, I forget sometimes.
But yeah, free spirit.
Right. Well, we're just going to take a quick little break just to like change some batteries and stuff. But if any of you are enjoying what you're watching so far and kind of the whole Surfeit thing, if you want to go to patreon.com/Surfeit, you can donate however much money you want, and all that money goes towards kit and stuff for this and any little films that I make, and anything else really, just to make it a bit better. And you get notified like as soon as anything goes up. So if that's something that you're interested in,
You'll get a shout out as well.
yeah, you get a shout out as well to like the 3 people watching this podcast.
A discount on paint shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Throwing that
You get a 0%
Makes a difference.
So yeah, we're just going to quickly change up the batteries and then we'll be back. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around for such a long break. Yeah, no, it's weird because it's going to like quit straight away. So yeah, if you want to donate, please donate. We're just going to carry on as normal. I don't know, I'll try and figure this out a bit better next time.
They're progressively getting better, I think.
Yeah,
I feel like the
the
first half.
production value-
I feel like the first half of this one has already gone a lot better than
the
your
last
first
one, yeah.
episode.
And we've actually got 3 cameras working this time. Fingers crossed it fucking works like this time.
Yeah.
So we were speaking about YouTube and like kind of how it helps you with your confidence and stuff. So we're just going to kind of speak more about specifically your channel.
Yeah.
And kind of ask you two, Celery and Sean, what's the worst thing about living with Tom as a YouTuber?
Or as a shoe painter with Art of a Visionary.
Living with A.O.V.
The boxes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely
We'll get to that.
Yeah, so I don't know really. You don't really notice it too much. I think we've sort of got used to it because he's always been like painting and whatnot.
Is it not a shithole 24/7 though?
It is, which I'm not a fan of, but yeah, I don't know. So he basically just started off in his room. So he'd, like just go off into his room, do his painting and whatnot, and then just come out, we'll still see him, and then gradually as we've like lived together more, he like starts doing it more around the house, which therefore leaves him leaving his paints, his boxes, everything around the house.
Or tripping over the water and then having to clean it up.
Yeah, but yeah, as he started doing YouTube as well now, we've all had to be a lot quieter in the house. I think you just suddenly see a few doors shut, and then like if we're playing FIFA or whatnot, we just hear a door open again. Like, just got to do the intro, guys, and it's like.
I'm doing my intro. I have to say it like 5 times. I say like what's going on YouTube like 5 times.
What's
and
the
pick
intro?
one.
Did he intro into the camera lens?
What's going on YouTube? And then
What is going on? Fuck it.
just do it like
One love,
few
it's yogi, one
times.
nice.
Yeah, and then just cut it.
We used to have an intro and it was, wait, go on, deliver it to that camera.
What up, guys? It's Youngie199.
I'm gonna do that
when
one
I used
next
to do Minecraft Let's Players.
Yeah, I think I use the house as a bit of a storage unit at the moment.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
what it is, I think.
I've got boxes everywhere, but the thing is
Constant
because
deliveries to the house. Of
yeah,
I was gonna say, like, how-
weekly.
Weekly delivery. How many
Yeah.
shoes do you get a week roughly?
So
I
each
get
one's
a
got
lot
like at least
free delivery.
Yeah,
Free delivery, probably like average, like weekly.
they've each got like 3 like plus shoes in each delivery as well. So it's like
Yeah.
big boxes, whatnot.
The big box. To be fair, we could just scrap all that cardboard. We just haven't. But
Yeah.
no, I've got. The thing is, like, we like new designs and things like that. When I get an idea, I need to do it. So like, if I have an idea, most likely I'll just go to Hanley or
And buy a
something,
shoe there.
grab
and
the
then-
pair, and then come back and do them because I want to put them on Instagram and stuff like that. Like,
How do you like in terms of like money?
yeah,
So obviously as a start-up, it's not going to be
Do you
cheap,
spend,
is it?
like I imagine, like
Yeah.
the amount of shoes that you paint, like you must be forking out a lot of your own money. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know you're making a profit on each shoe, but
Well-
is it kind of like a
Everything you make, I imagine, goes straight back in, doesn't it?
yeah. So there's a price. In the price is a part of that is for the shoes. So effectively, like you're paying for a new pair, then I take a bit of that money. Basically, the prices are
The shoe.
made. So yeah, the shoe and the money. So £165. The £65 for the shoes. That the rest of it's my profit. But the prices obviously are different depending on the shoes and things like that design. But yeah, I think it depends on orders really. Like I think a few months ago I made like a £800 order to Adidas, and it came in like 2 big boxes, and there's just loads of boxes inside.
Jesus.
I've done that a few times
all
now.
ready to like be painted on them?
Yeah, they're all ready to go. I think didn't you see me? I did one where I ordered I think 5 or something pairs, and then I realised there was more that I had to order, so that was like £500 recent in it.
Yeah.
When I used to work at Priory, some of the orders, like, because I'd have to take in all the stock that had come in, and then we'd get, say, like a Nike delivery, and we'd have, like, the boxes came, there's 12 shoe boxes per boxes, and then we'd have, like, 12 of these boxes, so we'd have, like, 140 odd pairs of shoes coming in at a time.
So I've had some of them, like, boxes full of like boxes all lined up. But then it's mainly with when I buy shoes for a new design and I go out and get them, and then because I want to do them like as soon as possible.
Yeah.
After that, I realised that like I've got this pair now. Like if I paint one shoe, for example, just to put on Instagram, then and I don't paint the other one, then they're just sitting there. So I've got a box full of boxes of shoes that are just like random designs and stuff like that. Yeah, just lying about, and then I've got another box now in the corner with all my like prints and stuff in random.
So you've painted a lot of shoes, like different designs.
Yeah.
You two, what do you think's the worst design shoe that Tom's done?
Worst one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say it'd be one of your early.
I can sort you loads before.
Nah, since he's been doing YouTube.
But since he's been doing YouTube.
Yeah. So he's a good painter.
Yeah.
But what's the worst one?
If you had to rank them, what would you put at the bottom?
We've got one.
I think the one that I don't like only
I think he knows
because
it, Jonathan.
only because it's just I don't like the way the writing is for the phrase. It's the Gucci common sense one. So I just don't like how the
We're
how
trying
the
to
writing.
explaining to you though. That's
I know,
That's the artist designer. That's how.
I know. I just I don't like how they've done.
That is his
So
work.
you basically don't like Gucci's design.
I quite like the Gucci one.
Yeah.
I like it without the
What's the one
writing.
that you two don't like then?
I just don't like the Subway one, but that's just because
Really?
of
I
like.
like that. I thought that was a good concept.
It's cool, but I don't know. That's
It's
just
just to be fair,
That's like,
some of them.
Oh, we're rinsing him out. I feel bad.
That's what it's
me.
about.
I tried to make it
Shit.
funny. I wanted these two
This is
to
what
just
it's
be like, oh, that's shit.
Yeah, but
I wanted
it's,
it to be
it's not
funny. And now.
No.
He's never going to want to come back on.
That's what it's about, innit? To be fair, some of them, like for example, I took Yeezys and painted Bart Simpson in the pink with the Louis Vuitton. I wouldn't wear that. I just did it and it went like
Oh,
viral,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
some of them.
Oh yeah, I know. There's obviously a reason behind
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say, like, you know, because you paint a lot. What's the shoe that you paint the most Yeezys, would you say?
The Vans quite a lot, don't
The
they?
Off-White ones are doing well, aren't
Or Air Force actually.
Yeah. Don't know because it just depends on, like for example,
they? What kind
I
of
could
is
have
out at the
spent
moment?
I could have spent years painting Stan Smiths, and then like I could have a really popular design and like 40 people could order them, and I would have painted 40 pairs of like Vans or something. Like I'm painting Vans right now. So I painted loads of them. It might be like Air Force or Superstars, maybe. I guess Superstars.
Because I remember
all
back in the day,
levels.
like when you see on Instagram and everyone was like, all of it was coming in like customs and stuff.
Mm.
It was always Air Forces,
Air
wasn't it?
Forces,
Like
yeah.
everyone was customising them.
Yeah, I do that a lot. It's popular because it's all leather, apart from obviously the
Yeah.
You used to do Superstars a lot though as well, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
They're leather as well.
Like in first, I remember first year of uni, like used to do
I
loads.
think
It's
it
all about-
changes when the shoes get more popular as well.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
since this summer, Stan Smiths have been doing a lot because obviously they got bigger. Before
Yeah.
that, Superstars and whatnot.
It's all about the designs, really, and what like I do with them because it's like it's about cutting up the sections. So like on Air Force, you've got loads of different panels. So
Yeah.
you've got like a
Yeah,
back
different
one,
stuff,
you've got the tick, then there's one in the middle, then there's the like stripe that goes around the toe, then there's the actual toe box. There's loads of different areas. It's just about where you put in which bit, and you can like alternate that. So if, for example, I did like Louis Vuitton or something or Supreme, I could do it in like 5 different ways on one shoe and sell it, you know, and
Yeah,
different
styles,
people
yeah.
will like it. So
I find the actual shoe Stan Smith really ugly. I don't know. I would never buy one.
Really?
Yeah, but
Says the man.
Sure.
Right now.
looking at. Right. So, who do you think is going to win it? KSI and Joe Weller?
I'm going in Weller straight away.
Sean. Do you even know who they are?
I think Weller's trained harder, but I think
See, no one knows.
Nah,
Like they keep saying that.
No,
It's
You've seen like
KSI
little
do.
clips of each, so I think.
but I think KSI will win because Weller's knees fucked up.
I'll tell you what I know is that like when I met him at JJ before, and I spoke to him, and he was just like, so obviously I think he fucked up with that. Did you see the press conference thing?
Yeah.
I think he fucked up like.
with the depression thing.
Yeah, but what it is I'm not defending him, but obviously because I do think he
At least
fucked
it
up.
didn't turn out like Logan Paul.
Let's save that
sign
one.
up for another day. I don't even want to talk about that guy.
Yeah.
Have you seen his fucking
New one.
return video?
Yeah.
I'm not giving him the view.
I'm not even going to give him the time of day.
I think what it is obviously that was in front of a live audience of like I don't know how many people, like, kids and stuff like that, and obviously Joe was they're going back and forth, and so it's like heated, and you have to be quick to come back otherwise. And I think he just fucked up basically. But
do you think they're faking it?
I'll tell you what. Personally, obviously because the diss track thing was structured.
That's all fake.
Yeah, structured for views, and which technically is genius still.
It works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works. One of them he's got the Nissan like GT from doing like
just
2 diss tracks.
Just from being a bell end. Like.
Yeah, and
see, I wish it worked. I'm a bell end, like what kind of decent car? I'm broke, like fully
driving
broke.
the Corsa.
Right?
Just driving
Still
the
got
Corsa.
to drive the Corsa. I mean, it's a sport Corsa. It's got the leather seats and that.
I think at first it was a joke, but I think now that it's gotten like so heated, I think
maybe it might have turned at the the point of the press conference because of the pushing and everything and what was said. But
I obviously I don't know it, but I still feel like they would have intended to push each other. That was gonna happen.
You can see because they're smiling at each other. You know when they're walking when like Joe's walking the stage and like JJ's doing his press conference, they're like smiling at each other. But it just if one goes too far, then the other one thinks I'm supposed to react like if I'm supposed to be the man, like Joe pushed him, and then he must obviously have been thinking like I've just been like pushed. I've got to come back with something here. That's what the whole thing's about, like coming back and forth. But then I think after what was said at the press conference, and then he went home and did his video saying, "I'm ready to like fuck you up now."
They just they say that they want to kill each other. Right?
So this is the thing. Like I think it's
where it is set up.
Like, but then again, like where was the press conference? Was it at Upload?
Upload.
Yeah.
At Upload, like I think when you're a certain level of YouTuber, you need to be responsible for your viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
And their demographic are kids. And the things they were saying on stage in front of these, like, how many kids are like 1,000 kids? That's so unprofessional.
Yeah.
And you've got, if you're going to host an event, especially, like say it on camera on YouTube or whatever, like I'll say what I want. Like I'm obviously not in that position. Like I ain't got any viewers. Like I ain't got a demographic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not massively influencing people.
Yeah, but they are influencing. They're celebrities.
There are people who like look up to them, like just want to be them.
And
exactly. He says
and the things they were saying, just like I think it's bad. Like.
Yeah, but he says like he didn't ask for it in terms of the audience and the fact that like kids might maybe look up to him. But then if you think back to like his early videos when he was just doing it, like JJ, when he was just doing them for like fun, and he dropped like the N word in it like over and over again. Do you not think that like it could be like showing? To like little kids, or no matter like if they're white or not, but
I think it's hard though. Like obviously, then he can say the N word and say what he wants because he wasn't.
He doesn't have that.
He wasn't in charge of a demographic. Now, I think he's got a social responsibility.
Yeah.
Even if he wanted that or not.
You've got to like filter yourself to some extent, especially if you're hosting an event. You know who's.
Yeah, but I think that's where he's like he has grown massively because like when he did go huge, JJ, and then like he sort of
I interviewed
like when you interviewed him, like there was a period where he was like I like him, but he was a fucking.
That's when he was at his best when I interviewed.
And then he messed up.
It was the interview.
Yeah, but it was all that sexual fucking like.
Yeah,
not sexual harassment, but when he was like,
he lost
like going up to girls and be like.
That was at that event.
Yeah, that event.
That was on that event the day before.
He lost Microsoft sponsorship for that as well.
Yeah.
The day
got,
before.
Banned from it. Was it what event was it?
Eurogamer.
That was it.
Because I went as press.
Yeah.
And I met him. Where did I meet him? I met him twice. I met him when he was just taking pictures with fans, and I was just like, "Yo, can I interview you later? Like, come to the press area." And he didn't come to the press area, but Zerka was there. You're like, I kind of knew at the time. Like, I knew all them lot through this at the time. This was like before TGF and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Zerka was like, "Oh, we're gonna go and play COD." I think it was like COD, like Ghosts at the time. Like it was way before that actually. Like some Black Ops. It might have been Black Ops. And he was like, "We're gonna play COD. We're gonna do like a clan event, which is gonna be live streamed. Do you want to come in on the other team with you and your mates?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. Like I'll be on the other team," and we fucking beat him. And I was just like, and like KSI and like. Is it like Toby? Toby or some shit. They were at the side, and then I was with Josh, and I went up and I was like, "Oh, I met you before. Like, do you fancy having an interview?" And that's when I interviewed him. And then the day after, it wasn't the day before, it was the day after.
Yeah,
He did that shit when he asked that girl for a motorboat. And
Yeah,
it just
that's it.
all changed.
And then he got banned, didn't he, from
Got banned
Eurogame?
from Eurogame, yeah. Because I went to Eurogame the year after as press again, and then I got banned. Because I well, not sexual harassment, but like I grabbed this little Mexican kid and started like dancing with him on Just Dance, and then I got an email off like this guy called Tom, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't want you to come as press again."
Oh shit.
Wow.
I was like, "Fuck, like, I am an arse, like, don't like, I couldn't.
You've done your bit now.
Yeah, but yeah,
back to the fight. When I met him, he was like barely. Well, they don't upload at the moment. They're not uploading at the moment. I think they're both making a film basically of the whole journey, so that's going to be uploaded after. But yeah, when I met him, he just said that that's all he was concentrating on. So not even like videos. It wasn't concentrating on YouTube or anything like that. Just training all the time. And I think.
Do you think that was genuine, or do you think that's just?
No, I think he's acknowledged that he's going to have to, because. Well, I know he's got a personal trainer as well, and he works him like every day or every other day or something like that. But then I only thought the other day, I said to Harry, I just realised, I was like, whoever loses this is going to be embarrassed because of how much has been said.
There's going to be compilations made of everything he's said, isn't there?
Like any little wrong move that they do, it's going everywhere, innit? Like everyone's going to be watching it.
And I think like, I think that's the point when it went a bit more serious, but I don't know, fight-wise, I think Joe's probably more athletic and like.
Well, he's had a fight before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
if
you've watched it.
Was it with?
It was with Malfoy.
Yeah.
It was poor. Yeah, even True Geordie's doing the commentary on it, innit? And he's basically saying he's not really punches, like people. He's just like swinging.
Was awful. He didn't know what he was.
Yeah, he was like trying to hit him like that.
And I was told as well they had 10-minute intervals in between each round to like stop and break.
How many rounds is the fight on Saturday?
I'm not sure.
I don't have a clue what it is.
But they had
I
10
doubt
minute,
it's not going to be 12,
Yeah,
is it?
I know they had 10-minute intervals in Joe's fight with Malfoy, and because obviously, if you've ever like done like boxing, even as like an exercise, it's like tiring. So they decided that there's gonna have like 10 minutes break in between each one. Obviously now.
What, in between each round?
Yeah. That's what I was told.
But them two are friends, though, aren't they? Like I don't think theirs is.
Yeah,
like,
that was just like
It's
if
just
anything,
kind of getting.
you're gonna get gassed quicker in this fight. So I don't know if they're fit enough.
You're gonna be wanting to fucking kill each other.
It's gonna be whoever gasses
lose the
first,
red.
I think. Yeah.
They will lose the Reds.
Yeah.
But that's where I think if they both gas, I think Joe will probably last longer.
Yeah.
But KSI,
I think he's more powerful.
KSI
Yeah,
might
that's what
just
I
like
said.
one
I said
punch
that
and
He's
he's
more
gone.
powerful. That's what
If KSI was to land like one of his big hits on Joe, that'll rock him. But I reckon Joe's got like better movement and whatnot. We'll be getting a lot more punches in. Won't be as powerful, but
I think. Who do you think will win then?
I think JJ's going to win.
I think.
And you two think Joe Weller's going to win?
I'm saying Weller.
No, I think JJ's going to win
Joe's
because I think Joe Weller's knee is also part of why he's also going to mess up. I think.
I think Weller's going to win.
I want JJ to win.
I wouldn't be surprised to win
I
down to
could
points.
see. I
I
could
can't.
see
It's
Weller
hard to
winning.
call. It's hard to call.
I'm not. Like,
It could be. It could just be shit.
I could see
It
it.
could
going
be
anywhere.
the
Go to
shit.
points at the
It
end
could
of the
be
day.
so
Some
shit.
controversial thing where.
But like you know, like amateur fighters, like especially like that amateur, not just like amateur boxing, because amateur boxing, like that's Olympic fighters are like amateur boxers. But like this sort of fighters, like they're gonna be doing shit like they might low blow each other and they're gonna like hitting someone when like they're facing away at the back of the head, and it's gonna be scrappy, and the ref will just like be pulling them apart as much as possible.
Yeah.
So it'll probably just slow it down a lot.
Well, if it's just completely shit and everyone gets all hyped up and then like it starts and then one punch in and one of them's knocked out, that's the end of the fight.
Yeah. Imagine you just walk in and barrel that UFC, isn't that UFC game?
People knock each other out.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like 3-2. Like 3 think KSI's going to win, 2 think Joe.
It's gonna be interesting. I hope it's not just like poor, because I don't know if you heard about that. People weren't happy with the Hello World thing. It was actually where I met JJ.
Yeah.
Because the whole event was apparently just it's sold on like that you're gonna meet your favourite YouTubers, I think, and they didn't.
What's this Hello World?
Hello World. It was in Birmingham, which is where I met JJ when I did my video, yeah, I think, well, I like put YouTubers in different like brackets, you know what I mean, like in like groups. I sort of put them in like, you know, sidemen, and then this was like
because I think
Alfie Days and stuff like that.
Oh,
and
fuck.
that was in that bracket. So Alfie Days, Joe Sugg, is it, and Zoel and stuff like that, and then
they're just all
Marcus
dickheads, are
Brother.
they? Every British, like, there's
Them
such a
kind of
huge
ones.
British YouTube community, but every single person.
I think some
is a
like I think
dickhead.
some of the sidemen are actually seem like real decent people.
I like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Vic.
Yeah,
Vic's
alright.
quite funny.
He's alright. He is.
I like Simon.
What's the one? Is Josh Zerka?
Yeah.
Zerk is
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you got
he seems-
Simon,
Zerk is alright.
Yeah, he seems
Mini
alright.
Winter.
So, yeah,
Simon,
Simon.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think the
what's,
side
what's the
man-
fat one called?
Bazinga.
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 Yeah.
Ethan. Yeah.
Ethan.
He's a bit of that.
They're like the British team 10, are they?
He annoys me. Like.
Yeah, he's a pussy. He's such a fat pussy.
Call him out.
He's such a fat pussy. Such a fat pussy. Fat pussy.
Fat idiot.
Fat idiot. He's a fat idiot, man.
Anyway.
If you watched the last podcast, you'd know that we threw in a really random subject that kind of threw everybody off. And we kind of want to keep this recurring with anyone else that comes on the podcast. And none of these watched the previous one. So we're going to throw them off a bit.
Talking, are we going to 5?
Aye?
You can-
Five.
yeah.
5. If you add... So we'll go with Celery first, then Sean, then Tom. Because I think Tom will think logically about this. Whereas you,
Oh,
you,
yeah, well,
you two are just going to say some random shit. And actually, say the first thing that comes to your head. So,
logical.
you've got a house, right?
Yeah.
The house of your dreams. And your garden, you've got like a decent garden, but then somebody, the council or whatever, put 5 acres of land on the back of your garden. What do you put on it?
And you've got whatever money you want to spend on that 5 acres. You can do whatever you want on it. All the planning permission possible.
Yeah.
What are you putting on that 5 acres?
Wait,
What are you doing with it?
unlimited amount of stuff, or is there
It's got like one big thing to go on the 5
one big
acres.
thing?
Yeah.
I'll probably go for
I know what he's going to say.
what's that?
You'll say football pitch.
See, I was thinking that, but then I was thinking, do you know, like Iceland have got that blue lagoon.
Oh.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do like loads of hot tubs.
With like,
Ooh.
so like spas.
Oh,
and
do you know what you
shit,
could do as well?
I
Like
love a hot tub.
ticket it as well, so like people can come in and pay you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of revenue.
He's
I was thinking of like all the spas in
Mate, that's good.
in Budapest.
So, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
like
one massive pool.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
Do you know
That's
what?
what I'm thinking.
That's
pretty
the best.
good.
One.
That's
Last-
the best one we've had so far.
Last time they had shit. Someone said, "I'll build a swimming pool." Charlotte. Build a swimming pool. Like that's affordable anyway. Like that would
Yeah.
probably already be in the garden that you had.
Yeah,
But she's like, "I'll have a big one." But like, what if you got to the middle and like you're stuck?
exactly.
You're
Yeah,
fucked.
That's a good
yeah
shot.
that's my idea.
That's a good one. That's what you should have at Charlotte. Fucked you. Go on,
Stuck
Sean.
between 2 ideas. One would be to have just my own roller coaster park, and I could just ride anyone I
Yes,
want
but
to.
Sean, someone said this last week. Someone said that I have a theme park, but it's your garden. It is in your garden.
Then,
Sean.
then I would have like tuk-tuk races, which would be sick. So everyone could just have their own tuk-tuk, and it'd be kind of like Top Gear, like the ones with when they had like the big vans where they hit into each other.
Yeah.
But everyone just smashed each
So it's
other.
like
with tuk-tuks going
touring car racing, but with tuk tuks.
around. Yeah.
Interesting.
Fucking hell, Sean.
So your house is going to be noisy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Go on then, Tom. You're going to have a shoe factory.
Thinking
A
of
sweatshop.
revenue. Thinking of revenue. Sweatshop, yeah.
I know a switch.
Revenue.
To have a big money
Strip
trip.
club. I was thinking of making Sean land. Have you ever seen South Park where Cartman gets a hot tub full of KFC gravy?
No.
That was my first thought when you said that. You said say your first thought, and for some reason I thought
A hot tub for the
KFC gravy hot tub. But
They'd run out in a day, I'd eat it all. There's nothing better.
I'm trying to think.
Couldn't think of anything worse.
You don't like KFC
Oh.
gravy?
Oh, celery.
It's
I'm
that-
sorry, boys.
It's unreal.
Thing.
I'm from down south. I'm sorry.
You should just have like a massive
I'm trying to
building
think
that's the
logically.
shape of a shoe and make it a club.
Make a factory. And that's boring, isn't it? I was trying to think of something. I was going to say a theme park, but the KFC gravy is definitely needs to be.
So you'd
installed.
have
See, I've got like 3.
a pool
theme
of
club.
KFC gravy.
A theme park, strip club, hot tub, KFC gravy. So basically, yeah,
There'd be a hot tub
No,
in
listen,
your strip
we're
club.
ticking all boxes here. We've got a theme park for the kids, yeah, and then while the kids are on a ride, yeah, we can have a ride that goes up for like half an hour. But then
That's a lap
while they're
dance.
going up, yeah, the dad is in the strip club.
Right, okay. and the mom's in the
hot tub of gravy.
Shit idea.
Spa.
I thought you'd have come up with a better idea than that. Someone. What's your idea, Charlie?
So I've got a few ideas. One of them would be a motocross track, because it'd just be fucking sick. And yeah, basically Pastrana land.
My tuk-tuks would win.
Not a chance. Or potentially I'd have like my own like festival stages. And just have like my own.
in your garden.
Exactly.
Live music all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'd just have I'd have a festival in my back garden.
Motorbike track.
All day.
All day. Yeah.
I'll build an extension. I'm just gonna have an extension, and it's gonna be my lad's pad. And with password, and Sean's never coming. Never.
Fuck's sake. Is there any like questions that you want to ask any of us? Because this is the thing. Like, I know you've got questions, but like I'm gonna be kind of like on the back foot.
Do you want to ask? I want to ask you about YouTube.
Go on then.
Well, obviously, because I'm only just starting, and I want to, firstly, like, what was like, why did you want to start? Like, what content was you thinking? Because basically, I've approached it from what I think is a gap in like the market effectively. Yeah. It's not for like YouTube money or anything like that. It's just for better content really, and to give like a backbone to what I'm doing, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, like
people just seeing Instagram, it's just pictures of shoes. Like with this, like I've put my face to it, so it's like a bit of character. So I just want to know what. Obviously, you started young, so you probably wouldn't have thought about it the same as I did. But I just want to know why you wanted to start.
I've never really spoke about this really, like from the very start. So like 2012, and me and my mates were just like messing around over the fields. And the first video I uploaded was a girl, like this scruff who lived on our estate. And we said like to our mate Alex, who was like, he was called Minnie because he was really small. Like, Minnie, like, let's borrow your BMX and she's called Shelley.
Really?
Yeah, this girl. Like, put Shelley on the bike and like let her go over your ramp. Those plastic ramps you used to have when I was a kid.
Argos.
Yeah, the ones from Argos, the blue ones. It's like, let Shelley go over that on your bike, and she was like, yeah, I'll do it if you give me a bike. And he was like, nah, I ain't giving you a bike. I was like, I'll give you some dust caps. He was like, alright, sick. I gave him some Dice dust caps that like I'd already nicked off a car anyway. And he gave her the bike, and she just went over this ramp and like went up, nose fucking dived onto the front wheel and went over the handlebars. We was recording it on like the Sony Ericsson, 2008, I think.
Yeah.
I've had 4 channels since. And that was it. Like I was just like, fuck it, let's put it on YouTube. Like it was just coming up. Like YouTube had been about
3 years. 2005 it started.
Yeah. So I put it on there, and it's like the whole thing when everyone says, "Oh, it's just for me to like show my friends." Like that was literally. I was like, I'll put it on there. Like this is an easy way for you to all see it. Like have a link.
Yeah, that's like with the vlog thing, isn't it? Like I'm doing them because I wanna tell stories from now, and if things keep happening, then I can look back.
Yeah, and, exactly.
That's why I decided to like show the house that I'm in now, and everything. Obviously, it's not the best. And so in the future, if things change, I can, and other people can see the journey. So it's not just like that I've worked for it, kind of. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like that's how I started, and then there was things that I'd see online that I couldn't figure out that I couldn't find a tutorial for. So then I found out how to do it, and then I was like, oh, other people will want to see this. Yeah. Let's put a tutorial on. So I used to do a lot of tutorials with like iTunes and stuff.
Oh right, yeah.
And on my webcam, like they were really bad. But then one of them got like 30,000 views.
Really? This is the one that was.
This was like how to put music on your iPod without using iTunes. So what's up, guys? Younger199. Firstly, download iTunes.
That was it.
And then people were calling me like, there's like, oh, why is this like kid look like a Gibby looking ass off iCar? Like, that kid on iCar, like, this kid looks like Gibby. Like, what a fucking idiot. Like,
did you
British
struggle with that, like those like comments and stuff at the start?
Yeah.
It's bad when I think when you're younger anyway. Yeah, when you're younger, it's harder. But now,
it's horrible.
In general, with like what I do, like I don't really give a fuck.
Oh mate, no.
Not at all now. I think that's the way. Like it's effectively holding yourself back if you don't. So like.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of joke with them. Like that guy made a comment, and then you were just like, "Merry Christmas, mate."
yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. I don't really care. Like everyone's got an opinion at the end of the day, but like people choose to like pick or be negative and like think
people are more understanding of it these days though. like YouTube and social media and that's got so big now.
Yeah,
it's like everything like creative, everything creative in general, isn't it? Like, I remember like people used to say, oh yeah, you go into like uni to do like a film degree or something like that, and everyone would just be like,
what a waste.
Yeah, what a waste. Like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you fucking watch films.
Exactly.
Like, do you want to watch film? Or do you want
What's
all the filmmakers to die out and you just have no pleasure?
When you what do you do when you come? Yeah, when you come back from your fucking apprenticeship as a plumber. What do? You fucking sit down. Your fucking missus has put the tea on the table, and you come and watch you watch a program or a film that we fucking made.
I'll go on YouTube.
Or go on YouTube and watch an iTunes tutorial. But yeah, so that was kind of the early stages, and I would just like mess around, just like recording random shit, and then it kind of got a bit serious where I was actually structuring videos and editing videos, like trying to like capitalise on challenges and stuff, like doing stuff like that with my mates, and then that's when like Jay Swingler approached me.
I was about to ask you this.
He approached me on Facebook, and they was just starting out because they had a channel before, and he approached me and he was like, "Oh, fancy giving me a shout out on your channel? Like, you're the only local YouTuber in Dudley."
All right.
I was like, "Yeah, man. Like,
I was going to ask you how it like came about.
That was it. Really. He just messaged me on Facebook and was like, "I've seen your YouTube channel. Can you help us out?" Because it was weird because like at the time I had like 10,000 subscribers on my first channel.
Oh really?
Yeah, it did pretty well.
That's good.
And then I put their video on. That did really well. And
what was the first video?
Went,
what was that video that they did in the first one? Do you remember?
I think there
was it.
Like
is it still crazy stuff?
It was like they'd snort like a licorice slice and put it through the nose and go like that, or like go like that or something. Yeah, that was it. In like I put it on my channel to promote them.
Now they've grown a bit to cementing their heads into microwaves.
I mean they've grown to. They're somewhere else now. Like that's another story.
Yeah.
So then I was hanging around with them, doing a lot of stuff with them that was obviously helping me out and vice versa. And as they were going up, like, they overtook me like massively, but I was still kind of like crawling up.
Yeah.
But I was doing stupid shit as well on my channel, like just like stupid stuff that I've obviously deleted it now just because from like a professional standpoint, I don't want to be known as that guy who knew them.
Yeah, but because I think it was first year actually. Obviously we'd met, and to be fair, I'd watched their videos because they were from like similar like place, if you know what I mean. So and there's not really many, YouTubers from that stand out anyway from like Birmingham or surrounding areas. And then I remember the moment because I was watching a video, and then it shuffled to a previous video, and I was just like, it was an absinthe one, and I was like, hang on a minute, it's Liam. And it's the absinthe challenge or something like that. Is that right? Yeah. And then I didn't even know, and then from then on, obviously, I knew that you was in them. And then I think I saw you in one after that with a drone. Was it? Is that the last one you did with them? I swear it was. I think it was you.
The last one I did with them was when Jay introduced his vlogging channel.
Oh, was it?
And that was at the drone. That was when he got a drone. And
that's the one I saw.
We were just in the woods.
Yeah.
And that was kind of when things were a bit like. Like the main reason I don't speak to him really is just. Like, I've not got a problem with Ramel. Like, Ramel's safe.
Yeah.
It just... kind of like, as they grew massively, like...
Yeah.
Like, Jay kind of didn't want to know.
They just won't want to give a shit about anything.
Is it a rich and switch thing, or... Is
a rich and switch thing?
Or
not really. I'd say, like, some parts of it,
or is it
are definitely.
Is it just because you think that they're at... Well, his, like... motivations change a little bit because I think when you get to a certain point, I think
like no matter what anyone says, like money is the motivator. Like, a lot of the videos that they're doing now are like stuff that's what upsets me is when I see them making stuff and I'm like, fucking 4 years ago when we were mates, like I was mates with them before they had YouTube.
Yeah.
Like you would have never have dreamt of uploading something like this. Like you'd have just uploaded stuff that you were passionate about, and it's. I mean. If I was getting thousands a month to upload certain things, I'm pretty sure, 90% sure I'd do it. So
there's also a part of obviously like when you get to a certain stage where you think, when you get the ball rolling, for example, then
you've got to capitalise on it.
It's panic as well, kind of, because you know what I mean. You got
to take it anyway.
The problem with YouTube is you don't know when it's going to finish.
Yeah,
and it's like they're at a point now where it's like, okay, we need to do stupid stuff and up our game every time.
So why people just get bored, don't they?
And people get bored, yeah.
Do you think there's only so much you can do in that sense, in it?
Yeah. I just don't know. I just kind of don't know why they blew me off.
Yeah.
To be honest. I think it was partly coming to uni, didn't go home that much.
Yeah.
They got cars, so they didn't need me for a lift.
Distancing and stuff. That's what I meant about priorities and motivations.
My priority wasn't to sponge off their success. You know what I mean? I wanted to do my own shit.
Yeah. Don't know if they feature loads of different people in it, who are either filming or in their videos now, who also have channels as well. Do you know them?
Feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Feeling Sense.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, nice kid.
And what's the other one? Is it Luke?
Luke, yeah. Luke's not got a channel, but he's just been mates with them for years.
Yeah. You see there.
He's always been there.
People, yeah.
And then there's a lot of different people. It's it's like becoming a bit of an entourage now. Yeah. And I didn't want anything to do with that. And I was like, right, press the eject button and get the fuck out of there. And just crack on my own stuff. So that's when, so then I stopped doing that, filtered my channel, and started uploading cinematic things and travel videos that I quite like doing, and then stuff like
30 day challenge.
30-day challenge, that was okay. I mean, it was a bit soft.
It was just funny.
It was funny. But yeah, just shit that I kind of know now that I'm not going to be a YouTuber. I know my career path, do you know what I mean? It's going to be in the industry. Yeah. In the actual film, commercial industry.
That's what I think it's all about, 'cause obviously, you know that I've got a problem with uni, but that's just because it's not my path. But I always say to Harry, whenever we're getting this rant mode about uni, if you need uni to get to where you want to be, it's perfectly fine. But for me, obviously, because it's not where I wanted to.
So don't you think uni is what you need right now?
I knew it wasn't towards the end of second year, but.
So you're not going into the film industry?
Nah.
You're just going to capitalise on the trainers?
Yeah, in my mind, I've got a full projection for the future.
Yeah. I
know what I want to do and how I'm going to get there, but and uni's not a part of it. But I wish that I could just sort of coast. I've basically with lecturers, I've been up front now and said I'm not doing this. I'm not going to drop out. Yeah. I'll get kicked out if I leave. Obviously, I would have been kicked out. I'm not going to drop out, but
then if you're going to get kicked out, you'd been kicked out by now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I've got loads of stories to tell. But
go on then. We've got time.
I don't know where to start.
When's the song?
I think you going to uni has also helped your film.
Yeah, there's loads of positives. I can talk about the positives too, because it's not all. It's not all bad. It's just.
Do you know? Probably give you a lot of contacts as well, aren't it?
Yeah. Well, we've met through uni.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got a good relationship, I'd say.
So what I mean is, I always say to people, I have to explain this story because I've got my parents obviously.
Do you know what?
Come on.
We'll go for a quick break. Yeah. Change the batteries.
Sweet.
And come back.
It's going to be a heavy subject, isn't it?
Welcome back. The two cameras actually cut out halfway through, so if it's a bit jaded, then.
Sean's fault.
Yeah, me and
so before the break, we're about to go on to some uni stories that Tom wants to get into. So we'll just try and get into one of them because we haven't got too much time left.
Cool. I'm trying to summarise it basically, but I came because when I was in school and everyone's talking about uni, you need to sort out uni now if you want to do it. I thought at the time anything that I want to do would be music videos because that was the most enjoyable thing that I did from media, which was my favourite subject at the time. So I searched music video and the only uni that came up was this one. And my cousin was also at this one, so it felt like fate, kind of, you know what I mean? So I put this uni. When I know what I want to do, then I'll do what I have to do to do it, if you know what I mean. So I put this uni as my first two choices for film and music video, two different courses. And when I got here, and obviously it was a general film course, but it was all on the same course, I struggled with it a lot because I didn't want to do film, I wanted to do music video, and obviously couldn't do music video in first year. Yeah. So I felt like I'd wasted.
You've been cheated a bit, really.
I felt like I'd been done wrong basically in the first year, and that's when I started to lose interest. And then second year they split the courses up, and obviously I got to do music video, well, kind of, and we had our own lecturer and stuff like that. But on the first day of second year, I went in a room and there was 15 of us, something like that. And the lecturer said, here's a module handbook, read through it. And it's like, when we come back after, I'm going to talk you through it, then we're going to have a break. And when you come back, we're going to do a poster or a rap or poem about what you understand in the module handbook. And I was thinking, this is something that I did in like secondary school and stuff like that. So I just left, and I thought, I'm not sitting there with like crayons, not making a poster. And I had worked, I had orders to do. So then it became a clash of orders and doing them and uni. So that's when I started to fall off. And then I started taking this really seriously towards the end of second year. So I thought about leaving then. I had that meeting with that social media marketing millionaire, and he said drop out of uni. Steve Bartlett.
Oh yeah.
And he said drop out, and if I want to do something, I should get work relevant to what I'm doing, so I get paid and get experience. Whereas at uni I'm learning nothing. To what I want to do anyway. Like I said, I say this to Harry every time we get into this subject. Like, if you want to do like film, or be a doctor or whatever, or then you need the qualifications like to do it. So get your qualifications, because otherwise.
To an extent, like.
Well, no, but I mean, to be in the like, if it's going to put you in a better position. So
Like
to be like a doctor without the degree. What I'm saying is, if I wanted to do that, I would work as hard as I do on like orders and stuff and the business and get my degree. But now, because I don't want to go into this like field, I've still learnt things. I work 100% on this, and I've got under 10% attendance for third year so far.
Why don't you just drop out?
Because I've come far. Like, I've got like, what is it, last semester?
4 months left.
So if I hold on, I might as well hold on for 4 months left anyway. And obviously I got my parents who are like, my mum really wants me to do it. My grandparents always say about they want the picture with the cap and gown and stuff like that. So
fair enough.
But I've come too far to leave now anyway. I think it's just more about me that I managed to do both rather than quit. Because now I think, like Steve Bartlett said, being an entrepreneur is the trend now. Like, everyone wants to be one. But he always calls himself, he says like uni dropout, millionaire kind of thing. And I think uni dropout is a trend as well.
Yeah.
People who are entrepreneurs like to say, I dropped out of uni to do this, to say this,
They didn't need it.
I think it says more about me. Yeah, I think it says more about me if I manage to do both. So
Exactly.
that's what I'm holding on. But I always said that the most important lessons at uni are not taught in lecture halls and seminars.
Definitely not.
Life lessons are the most important things that you learn at uni. So like now, I haven't learned nothing and I haven't wasted my experience. So people always say, what about all the money that you've wasted then if you don't get the degree? But I've learned
shit out when people say this. Like,
I've learned how to live independently.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a big subject.
You
Friends
met me.
Like,
that's why I
It's
asked
the
if you
best
wanted
thing.
to drop out, because you fucking met him.
like, to be fair, leaving friends and even leaving the house, the environment that I was in, to go home and be around like parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was also a big reason why I wanted to stay. To be fair, but obviously my desk is here, my work's here, I do everything here, and then I also use like uni resources now and then. But
Well, it feels like a commute to work, doesn't it?
yeah,
Like, I go home every weekend now.
that's what I do. Like I see that as like my room in uni. I call like my studio, because I see it as an office. Yeah, like I go in there. When I go in there, I go in there to work. I sit at the desk. I do
And then anything out of it is your downtime.
Yeah. But for example, third year now, like I've got there is like a substitute lecturer kind of thing, and he told me in second year he basically abused me for not seeing him, not going to tutorials, and basically wasting my time, because this is where the clash comes, because lecturers think they don't understand, so they think that I'm just lying in bed or chilling at home, I'm just not going to lectures. They don't understand. Like, the main lecturer, I don't know if he means to, but he disrespects like what I do, like over and over again. Like,
All the time.
he refers to it as like small all the time. He said it's not art. Loads of things like this. This is where the clash comes. But then I've got this like substitute lecturer who abused me in second year for not doing the tutorials with him and not putting time in. But since I've told him the business and what I do, he says pay someone. In a one-on-one, he said pay a first year student to do uni work, and you focus on. Is what a lecturer told me. pay a first year student to do uni work, and you focus on business. And so yeah, and he's also he's a
Any
the same-
first years?
the same lecturer told me the sites that you can pay to do your essays. Like, he understands now. I
Fiverr.
think he's got a business as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he understands now. But people starting to take it more seriously now. I'm starting to take it places.
It's a tough one, man. Like, especially these last 4 months. Like, obviously, we're all thinking about what the hell we're gonna do after uni, and any opportunities that I'm getting now.
Yeah.
It's like
You take over uni, don't you?
I'll blow uni off for it
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I know that I'm gonna finish uni with a first now.
Well, you're gonna finish. Like,
Well, I'm gonna get a degree.
They're not gonna look at like
if
grades, are they?
if I fail these next 2 modules, I will finish with a first.
Yeah,
just because my last film was such a high grade.
Like, I complained in second year, at the start of second year, and the lecture was brought in front of student advisors and stuff, and me. And I was basically saying to him, "You're teaching me nothing here. Like, it's your like in the position that you're in, you could influence me massively. For someone like for me, for example, like I know what I want to do, so I put a lot of work into it. If you'd have maintained my interest in film, I would have put the same amount of work into it. Or it could at least help you
apply it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have put the same amount of effort into the film industry, and maybe, you know, he could have come with me to get an award or whatever the case may be, like in the future, if he'd have helped me. But they lost my interest, and I wasn't being taught anything. So I said to him, and in this like session with the supervisor, like, I'm not learning anything here, and for the price it's cost me for you to teach me nothing, I could have bought the camera that we use here, gone out and filmed something every week, and at the end of the day, at the end of uni, say like Sean for example, when he finishes and he's ready to go into the industry, he'll have a piece of paper that says he can do it, and I'll have this big show reel showing you that I can do it, skills, all that basically. That's what I'm saying. So if he's not being taught properly, then, you know, it's a waste really. So that's when I started having like conflicts, and that's where it came about. But you know what I mean? Like, you could be going out and getting experience, or because we're paying for a higher education, but if you're not getting the education,
I think the only thing I'd say is you wouldn't know what experience to get unless you didn't come to
TRs, I think, are really helpful.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
like we wouldn't know how to use these cameras.
Exactly, you can apply it to anything. Like, I can apply it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Even with like the lights and the sound and all that, and even the editing. But the theory and things like that, that's where like what I think is lacking. And there's been many times where I thought about, when I thought about quitting, I thought I might go in and like record the whole thing, just like go in on him and just like and like, just because I thought I've got so much to say that I think needs to be heard, and like, you know, being not taught in higher education worth like £9,000, you know, when you could be getting experience outside. That's where the clash comes. So they lost my interest and lost me. So then I started just putting all my time into this. I missed the whole module last year.
Yeah.
And so like you would have been in it. You all would have been in it, and I didn't attend one, but I still got into third year, and I didn't do a whole module that you did. So you would have worked. You would have worked.
I wish I'd have known. I would have
Yeah, exactly. But this is why I think like it's a
you
system.
essentially.
It's a bit corrupt, isn't it?
You
It's fucked up. Like,
you pay.
They just want to get paid.
You pay for the degree, don't you?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that I've also been told by people that work here that there's a lot of paperwork. There's more paperwork to fail you than there is to pass. They want to be able to say, look at all these students that passed. So it's just a system. It works in their benefit really, and I don't think the students are getting the same benefits back basically. But what I'm saying is like with the whole experience thing. Well, I know it's just that really. I don't think that they care about the students as much, and it's all a system.
It's kind of the same with me. Like, I'm finishing uni just to finish, but I'm not going to go into this industry, and I don't like what I'm doing right now. I'm probably just going to go something into like IT, computer based.
But you can make clone videos. They're fucking sick. You could go and work for some visual effects company. Like,
I know.
I'm kidding. You shit.
A lot of people say like, you're not supposed to care about money and stuff, but I think it's survivability, and I think you're not going to get paid very much. You know, just being a camera operator unless you're very good. I think.
I still think you should do what you enjoy really. So like, but that's what I'm saying. If you enjoy film, get the degree and what you need to put you ahead of everyone else, and you know what I mean.
See, this is why I'm putting chills on a hold a bit.
Yeah.
Like that ain't my focus at the moment.
You
like,
gotta do what you know.
Like I know that I want to be in the film industry,
Mm.
and anything to benefit that, like aka a good degree.
Yeah.
And knowing what experience to get from the degree, like it's within my interest.
That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I'll talk negatively about it, but as I said, that if I wanted to be in the
if
film
you wanted to
industry,
be in the film industry, you
I would
would
a different mindset.
I would work hard enough to get the qualification because I need it.
But do you think that you like figured that out too late?
What that
hence,
I did? Yeah.
Hence why you're staying on.
Like first year, I didn't like you just said you put it on hold. I put it on hold in first year, and I watched people like surpass me, which I've now taken over again. But no, I didn't do it in first year. I didn't do any of it because I was like immersed in the experience. I think like going out with my friends.
It's all new to you, innit?
First year, yeah, it's all new to me. I didn't even drink really before uni because of like football and things like
Still
that.
don't really drink though.
Nah, it's your rock boys, ain't it, Tom?
Yeah. But nah, I just think that it's not being done right, and like lecturers say, I don't think. Well, firstly, for someone to be able to grade me on professionalism, but at the same time, he speaks to other students like. There's a girl on my course who's really she wants to get first. She's really close to the lecturer. She's with him like all the time, and she's with the like supervisor meetings and things like that. She said to me that he said if I make my films like I make my YouTube videos, then he's gonna have to fail me now, or someone's gonna have to come and do it for me. Because basically said, and he said there was shit. She said that he used the word shit. So I said to him, you know, you can't. Basically, he sent me an email and he said other students are getting annoyed or feel disrespected that I'm not taking the course seriously. So I was like, tell me who, and I'll speak to them or explain because they don't understand what I'm doing.
But that's it's outside of uni though. It's not relevant to the course.
You've got a problem with this.
I disrespect it all the time.
Like, my problem with the uni is like things that have like arguments or things that have gone on that are outside of the course, and they get dragged right in the middle of it, and we've been like brought into meetings and like threatened with getting kicked off the course, getting kicked out of uni over something that's like, it might be a group of people that are on the course, but it was not in uni. It was nothing to do with uni. It's completely, but it's just it's just all gets dragged in and it's bollocks.
I used to have this problem at secondary school, but I couldn't defend my corner because I'd filmed it all at school with our school badge on.
That's what I'm saying. But
me and my mate were like slapping elastic bands off our heads. He's like Elo's whole school elastic band boys, and it was like got called in for a meeting. He's like, like this is tarnishing the schools now. I was like, yeah, but it's just a video. He's like, yeah, but the fucking badge is on you. You've said where it is. The tags are Elo's whole school. Remove it. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. So like in secondary school, for example, if there was trouble or say for example there's rumour of a fight that's gonna happen after school, deputy heads would drive around and try and like find out, but it's not relevant. So here, like obviously dealt with that then, but here, like we're supposed to be equal to lecturers in a way. Obviously they've got authority, but we're all adults, so
we pay for their
that's what I'm saying. But so for him to be able to like disrespect what I'm doing or me in general when I'm not there, but then be in a position to mark me on professionalism, it just don't work. And no,
so I've got a lot of. I'm always dubious as to what we say on this podcast.
Yeah.
And like, especially the industry that we're in, like all this fucking Weinstein stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to be so careful. Like any little thing that you say can blacklist you from an industry or tarnish you as a person or brand.
Exactly.
You've just got to be so careful. But then when shit like that's happening, it's like
this is something I'd say to him. Like I've thought about. Didn't I say it was like a week ago or last week? I was literally ready. I was gonna go in and like ask if I could have a chat with him and just say basically everything I've just said here, because
I was gonna go on American Vandal and have like my little pocket on your shirt and put my phone in and just start filming it.
But I don't know. I just don't think it worked, or there needs to be changes anyway.
There just needs to be or just education system in general.
Yeah.
Like school, everyone says like here's something to end on actually.
Yeah.
You know how when you were a kid, people would say to you like, when you'd moan about school, and people would say, is it? No,
The other door's open though.
Oh, that
Yeah, I
would be
left
okay.
that open
Oh,
first inside.
Like when you're at school and people like your parents and that's how like, and you'd moan about school and be like, oh, don't moan about it. Like school's gonna be the best days of your life.
Yeah.
Was it just me that I'm in that position now from when they were saying this to me, and I still fucking hate school?
Yeah.
Like school was shit.
I don't know. Thinking back,
There's good things.
like
There's
it
good
was
if
so shit, but I fucking loved it.
It depends if
Yeah,
you're talking about like the
Yeah, but,
educational
All
side
your
or the
memories
like,
Just
you
being
get from
there.
school.
just being there, yeah. But educational side, not so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
But for example, I got an E in art and found it and dropped it.
Exactly. That's the
And
thing.
then-
Like
And now you're making like
Yeah,
money off it.
exactly, man.
But I was a bit like arrogant and stupid in them stages. So like I showed my art teacher a check that I got for art after she gave me an E because I just thought I was a bit arrogant. Well, I still am, but I just thought that was the right thing to do at the time, just to let her know that like. But that's probably the first taste of like. I think being able to like. I think I can like see through.
Oh,
It's like system kind of thing, and
Yeah.
that's
Do
like
you
the
know
first stages of it.
I got fired from my job today.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh really?
Things that I'm doing for this person.
Yeah.
I won't mention his name. I think I've mentioned it to you, the guy who I was working with.
You might have.
And it was a lot of like fuckery basically.
Mm.
And my girlfriend said to me this morning, we'll end on this quote as well. The best revenge is success.
Exactly.
Innit?
I've got another one.
You're trying to take over the
I am-
podcast.
I am-
I want to end on
listen,
that quote then.
No, just to summarise everything I said.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
What I always say is, those who do, and those who can't teach. So,
Those
No.
who can't teach PE.
Teach Jim. Sport class over
Those
there.
that can't
Going
do,
into PE, like.
those that can't do a sports degree.
Yeah.
that's what I
No,
think.
kidding. But yeah, so you've got a Harvey Nichols thing coming up, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to just quickly drop that in before we?
Okay, so I've got a pop-up shop coming on the 16th and 17th of February in Harvey Nichols, Manchester. As soon as you come up the escalators, you will see my stand. I've taken over Dolce & Gabbana stand. So my logo's there. It's all over the wall in the back. I'm going to have people helping me. I'm going to be selling ready-made designs that I've already done and a few new ones that haven't been seen yet, which I'll release close to the time. I'm also going to be painting a pair of unworn white Yeezys. Not sure what I'm doing on them yet. I'm painting, I think, 2 pairs a day, alternating, so one shoe of like Air Force, then one Yeezy. So if you come at different parts of the day, you'll see different things being painted. But yeah, come down.
Yeah, go on down to Chinatown, to Tommytown. I don't know. Yeah, go and support him. Go and follow
Thank
him
you.
on Instagram. Go and follow his Instagram. Go and
Follow
subscribe
everyone.
to his YouTube and everything. Yeah, is there anything you two boys want to plug? Anything you're up to?
Plug me again.
What's Sean up to these days?
What you do, Sean?
Shooting some hoops after this.
No, I haven't.
What your YouTube?
What my YouTube?
No,
What
we ain't
Blaze
promoting that.
Wolf?
We ain't promoting that shit.
I was gonna try to do like a tech channel, but then I realised I needed all like the lights and stuff to really properly do it, and then I was like couldn't be bothered, so I just left it. But I've started to learn coding, so that I can like either go into cybercrime or like IT based stuff because they get paid like over 30k a year.
So basically, big up Sean.
So
Just
you're
in
gonna be
general.
hacking the Pentagon.
Just in general.
What are you up to,
and
Celery?
then go see Seller's Instagram, you cook his ankles.
I'm just going with the flow, really. You know, just see what happens. Got a holiday coming up, so.
Where you off?
Well,
Where you off?
Well, I'll post pictures on Instagram.
Harrytown 14.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see where
Watch
you
my
off?
journey.
Where you going?
Albufeira, Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah.
Are you off with the boys?
Yeah.
All boys.
Some of the lads.
Just
Huh?
boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
cool.
lads.
What you got?
Yeah.
I'll be in Portugal in the summer.
Oh, what have I got? Fuck all, mate. Yep, Richard there.
Some shit.
What am I plugging? I don't know, just making films at the moment and just doing what I can and just trying to get as much work as possible.
Do you upload them to anything?
Yeah, to my Vimeo, but everything's sort of on hold at the moment.
Alright.
There might be bits coming, but yeah,
Plug your video in the next one.
everything.
Yeah, drop your
There's
video.
a lot. There's a few bits in the pipeline, to be honest, but
Yeah,
It's
there's a
all-
lot of shit going on.
yeah, nothing's set in stone.
Yeah. As of right now, like, yeah, I got fired today, so I'm unemployed, got nothing going on.
What's your plans though? What do you want to do with this?
With this podcast?
No, I mean,
see where it goes.
I mean, yeah, in general, like the content of things. I read the
just see where it goes.
thing that's on your website, so
Yeah. Honestly, mate, just
not taking it too seriously. Just
nah. Like I'm kind of just doing this podcast for a laugh. Like last time, it took 2 hours to set up all the cameras. Today, it's like 10 minutes. Like it's gonna get better and better each time.
It's all
just getting used to it. And like, you never know what happens with YouTube. Like it's on there. I'm not trying to earn any money off it.
Yeah.
It's just there to be there. If anybody sees it and wants to be a guest on the podcast or anything, like
it's always good to look back on as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a laugh of view, and it's just for people to chill out and watch. So
right,
that's it, really.
It's been good.
I'll take the cameras and we'll do an outro.
Friends count.
So yeah, I'd like to thank the boys for coming on the podcast. Like I say, go and check out their stuff. I'll try and link it in the description or put it somewhere. It'll be somewhere.
Because we're the 3 best friends anyone can have.
Oh fucking hell! We didn't talk about Car Boot, Chris. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the film that I dropped actually. That was I'm dropping that today, but this will be on in like a week. So 31st of Jan. I hope you enjoyed Car Boot, Chris. Let me know what you think about it. Again, if you want to donate any money to the Patreon to support the cause, get patreon.com/Surfeit. Donate whatever you want. Think of it as a subscription. Spotify, there's a link down below to go and listen to some stuff. Follow the socials, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit. If you want to be sponsored, if you want to sponsor the podcast and put like your business on, or like anybody's business that you know, if your dad's got like a double glazing company, hit me on the DMs and we'll sort like a little price out and you win, I win.
What exclusive discount are you giving then, Tom?
0%.
What do you want? I'm open to suggestions. I should have said that.
What if you put a 10% Surfeit code on?
I can do 10% code.
10%, okay.
I'll make it. What's the podcast called? Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, if you enter the code Surfeit, what's the website? artofvisionary.bigcartel.com.
.com now.
Just .com.
Artofvisionary.com.
Enter the code Surfeit that's down below, and you'll get 10% off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, cool. Sorted. Thanks for checking us out. Again, if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers. Cool.
Sick one.
Sick.
Alright.
Done.
Yeah.
You got to text me the name and I'll make the code now.